Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there was a kind-hearted leopard named Alex. Alex was different from the other leopards in the forest, as he was not fond of hurting other animals. One day, while strolling around the forest, he saw a sheep grazing in the meadow. The sheep, whom Alex named Fluffy, was friendly and greeted him with a warm smile. Alex was delighted to have made a new friend, and soon they became inseparable. They spent their days exploring the forest, playing games, and having long conversations. As time went by, Alex overheard two leopards discussing how tasty sheep meat was. Alex was taken aback and realized that he was supposed to prey on sheep. He was torn between his friendship with Fluffy and his instincts. Alex decided to talk to Fluffy and tell him the truth. He explained that he was a leopard and that leopards usually hunt sheep. Fluffy listened attentively, and after a moment of silence, he said, "Alex, my friend, I already knew that, but I never judged you based on your instincts. I value you for who you are, and I'm glad to have you as my friend." Alex was touched by Fluffy's words, and he realized that true friendship is about acceptance and respect. He made a promise to Fluffy that he would never hurt him or any other animal in the forest. Alex and Fluffy's friendship continued to grow stronger, and other animals in the forest were amazed to see a leopard and a sheep being the best of friends. They admired their bond and often sought their advice and help. Alex learned that true friendship knows no boundaries and that it is based on mutual trust and love. He realized that Fluffy was his best friend, and he would always cherish their friendship. Alex and Fluffy's bond became an inspiration for everyone in the forest, and they continued to be the best of friends for many years to come. Once upon a time, there were two skydivers named Mickey and Emily. Mickey and Emily had always been passionate about skydiving and loved the thrill of jumping out of a plane at high altitudes. They both shared a dream of one day performing a difficult and daring skydiving maneuver known as a double barrel roll. One day, Mickey and Emily were at the skydiving center practicing their maneuvers when they decided to attempt the double barrel roll together. As they were getting ready to jump out of the plane, Mickey suddenly felt a rush of fear and doubt. He started to second-guess himself and wondered if he was ready for such a risky maneuver. Emily noticed Mickey's hesitation and knew that he needed some encouragement. She looked him in the eyes and said, "We got this, Mickey! We've trained for this moment for months, and we can do it together." Mickey felt a surge of motivation and determination wash over him. He knew that he couldn't let his fear hold him back, and he decided to trust in himself and Emily. As they jumped out of the plane, Mickey and Emily held hands and felt the wind rushing past them. They felt the adrenaline pumping through their veins and knew that they were ready for the double barrel roll. With Emily leading the way, they executed the maneuver flawlessly and landed safely on the ground. Mickey and Emily hugged each other tightly and felt a sense of accomplishment and pride. They realized that their trust and encouragement for each other was what made the difference. They knew that they could accomplish anything if they had each other's backs. From that day on, Mickey and Emily continued to push each other to be better skydivers. They encouraged each other through the challenges and celebrated each other's successes. They formed a bond that went beyond skydiving and became lifelong friends who always had each other's backs. And so, Mickey and Emily's act of encouragement and motivation not only helped them accomplish their skydiving dreams but also strengthened their friendship and inspired others around them. Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there were two best friends, Emma and Jake. They had been friends since kindergarten and had grown up together. They went to the same school, and as they got older, they started taking their studies seriously. Emma was an excellent student and had always been passionate about science and math. Jake, on the other hand, struggled with his studies, especially in subjects like math and physics. He found it hard to concentrate in class and often got distracted by other things. Emma noticed that Jake was having a hard time keeping up with his studies, and she wanted to help him. She knew that he was a smart and talented person, and she didn't want his lack of focus to hold him back. She decided to offer him help and support in his studies. Emma would often invite Jake to study with her after school. She would patiently explain complex concepts and help him with his homework. Jake was grateful for Emma's help and support, and he started to see improvements in his grades. As time went on, Emma and Jake's bond grew stronger. They shared everything with each other, and their friendship was built on mutual respect and trust. Emma encouraged Jake to never give up and to believe in himself, even when things seemed tough. Jake's grades continued to improve, and he felt more confident about his studies. He started to enjoy learning and would often ask Emma questions about new topics. Emma was happy to see her friend doing well and felt proud of his progress. As graduation approached, Emma and Jake knew that they would be going to different colleges. They promised to keep in touch and to continue supporting each other, even from afar. Years passed, and Emma and Jake had both become successful professionals in their respective fields. They never forgot the bond they had shared in school and continued to be there for each other, even in their adult lives. Their friendship had proven that true friends support each other in all aspects of life, including their studies. Emma's kindness and support had helped Jake overcome his struggles, and their bond had become an inspiration for others to follow. Once upon a time, in a small village, there were two best friends named Tom and Jerry. They had been friends since they were little and had been through thick and thin together. They were inseparable and shared everything with each other. One day, the village was hit by a severe storm, and the entire village was in chaos. Many homes were destroyed, and people were left stranded without food and water. Tom and Jerry decided to help the villagers and do everything they could to support them. They started by gathering food, water, and other essential supplies and distributed them to the villagers. They also helped in rebuilding homes and providing shelter to those who had lost their homes in the storm. As they were helping out, they realized that the village's water supply was contaminated, and the villagers had no access to clean water. They knew that they had to act quickly, or the situation could become dire. Tom and Jerry put their heads together and came up with a plan. They decided to dig a well in the village so that the villagers could have access to clean water. They worked tirelessly for days, digging and hauling the soil, and finally, they struck water. The villagers were overjoyed and grateful for Tom and Jerry's efforts. They celebrated their victory by organizing a feast and inviting everyone in the village. The feast was filled with laughter, music, and dancing, and everyone was happy. Tom and Jerry's friendship had grown stronger, and they realized that together, they could overcome any obstacle. They had faced many challenges in their lives, but they had never lost hope and had always come out stronger. Their selfless act of kindness and dedication to helping the community had earned them the respect and admiration of the villagers. They had set an example for everyone in the village, and their friendship had become an inspiration for others to follow. Tom and Jerry's bond had proven that true friendship is not just about having fun together, but it's also about standing by each other's side during tough times and facing obstacles together. They knew that they would always be there for each other, no matter what the future holds. Once upon a time, there were two warehouse workers named Zach and Lisa. They worked at a large distribution center that shipped goods all over the country. Zach and Lisa had been working together for several years, and they were good friends. One day, a shipment of products arrived that needed to be sorted and stored in the warehouse. Zach and Lisa were assigned to work on this project together. At first, everything went smoothly, and they worked well together. But as the day wore on, Zach and Lisa began to get tired and irritable. Soon, a disagreement erupted between the two of them. Zach accused Lisa of not pulling her weight and not doing her fair share of the work. Lisa, in turn, accused Zach of being too bossy and not giving her enough space to do her job. The argument escalated, and before long, Zach and Lisa were shouting at each other in the middle of the warehouse. The other workers stopped what they were doing to watch the spectacle. However, as they were shouting, a supervisor walked by and overheard their argument. The supervisor pulled them aside and talked to them about their behavior. He reminded them that they were both part of a team and that their behavior was not acceptable. Zach and Lisa realized that they had been acting foolishly and that their argument was not worth ruining their friendship over. They both took a moment to cool off and reflect on their actions. Then, Lisa spoke up and apologized for not communicating her needs better. Zach also apologized for being too demanding and not taking Lisa's perspective into account. They both agreed that they needed to work together and support each other to get the job done. In a gesture of reconciliation, Zach and Lisa hugged each other and promised to work as a team to finish the project. They did so with renewed energy and enthusiasm. By the end of the day, the shipment was sorted and stored, and Zach and Lisa were back to their old selves, laughing and joking with each other as they clocked out for the day. The other workers who had witnessed their argument were amazed at how quickly they had resolved their differences and were impressed by their professionalism. From that day on, Zach and Lisa continued to work together as a team, and their friendship grew even stronger. They had learned a valuable lesson about forgiveness and the importance of working together towards a common goal.